Welcome to the world of air freight transport. Welcome, dear audience. Today we are going to explore the exciting world of air freight transport. My name is Abdelatif Abid, and together we will dive into the mysteries of this subsector that is so important for our highly globalized economy. Air freight transport is not just a mode of moving goods from one place to another. It is a vital backbone of international trade and commerce. In our fast-paced world, where time is often equated with money, air freight offers a solution that can deliver products across vast distances in a matter of hours, significantly faster than sea or land freight options. Why air freight? To truly appreciate the significance of air freight, let's consider a few key aspects. Speed. Air freight is the quickest way to transport goods, which is particularly crucial for perishable items like fresh produce or pharmaceuticals. For instance, a shipment of strawberries from California to Tokyo can take days by sea, but can be air freighted in under 24 hours. This rapid delivery ensures that products arrive in optimal condition, ready for consumption. Global reach. Air freight connects businesses with markets around the globe. This connectivity enables companies to expand their reach, tapping into emerging markets and catering to consumer demands without the extensive lead times associated with other transportation methods. For example, a tech startup in Silicon Valley can dispatch its latest gadget to customers in Europe, Asia, or Africa with minimal delay, effectively competing on a global scale. Security and reliability. When it comes to high-value items or sensitive cargo, air freight offers enhanced security features. Many air freight carriers implement stringent tracking and monitoring systems that ensure cargo safety throughout its journey. This reliability is particularly important for industries such as electronics and luxury goods, where even a minor disruption can lead to significant financial losses. Flexibility. The air freight industry has evolved to accommodate the needs of various sectors. From oversized machinery to delicate artworks, specialized air freight services are available to cater to diverse shipping requirements. For instance, companies like DHL and FedEx offer tailored solutions for temperature-sensitive shipments, ensuring that pharmaceuticals remain within required temperature ranges during transit. The challenges ahead. While the benefits of air freight are considerable, it is essential to acknowledge the challenges that accompany this mode of transport. Rising fuel costs, environmental concerns related to carbon emissions, and the impact of global events, such as pandemics or geopolitical tensions, can disrupt air freight operations. For example, during the COVID-19 pandemic, the air freight industry faced significant disruptions. Many passenger flights were grounded, leading to a dramatic reduction in cargo capacity. As a result, companies had to adapt quickly, turning to chartered flights or alternative logistics solutions to meet urgent shipping needs. As we delve deeper into the intricacies of air freight transport today, we will explore its operational mechanisms, the stakeholders involved, and the future trends shaping this dynamic sector. From understanding the logistics behind air cargo operations to examining how technology is transforming the industry, there is much to uncover. Stay with me as we embark on this fascinating journey into air freight, an essential player in our interconnected world. Today we have a plan on the topic of air freight transport. Air freight transport, a comprehensive overview. Air freight transport is essential for global trade, enabling quick movement of goods over long distances. This method is ideal for high-value, time-sensitive, or perishable items such as pharmaceuticals and electronics. The industry has evolved significantly with advancements in technology and logistics, improving efficiency. Infrastructure operations. Key infrastructure supporting air freight includes airports, cargo terminals, and specialized handling facilities. Major international airports like Hong Kong International and Memphis International have dedicated cargo terminals that facilitate quick operations. Coordination among airlines, freight forwarders, and ground handling agents is essential for efficient operations, requiring robust scheduling and real-time tracking. Regulations and security. Regulatory frameworks ensure the safety of air freight operations. Organizations like the International Air Transport Association (ITA) and the Federal Aviation Administration (FAA) establish guidelines for cargo operations, covering weight limits and packaging requirements. Security measures, heightened by global events, include X-ray screening and cargo profiling to mitigate risks. For instance, the Transportation Security Administration, TSA, enforces strict standards, requiring all cargo to be screened before loading. Freight types and specialization. Air freight includes various cargo types needing specialized handling. General cargo, standard goods without special requirements. Dangerous goods, items posing health or safety risks, requiring adherence to ATA regulations. Perishable goods, items like food that must be transported quickly under controlled conditions. Heavy and oversized cargo, large items needing special equipment for handling. Understanding these categories ensures compliance and effective management. Logistics supply chain. Air freight significantly impacts logistics and supply chain management. It enables just-in-time inventory practices, helping businesses reduce storage costs and respond swiftly to market demands. E-commerce companies like Amazon use air freight to ensure rapid delivery, enhancing customer satisfaction. However, this integration requires careful logistics planning. Environment and sustainability. The environmental impact of air freight is a pressing issue due to significant carbon emissions from aviation. Airlines are investing in fuel-efficient aircraft and exploring alternative fuels to reduce their carbon footprint. Carbon offset programs like CORSIA aim to stabilize net emissions from international flights, promoting sustainability in the air freight sector. Market and economic trends. The air freight market is shaped by economic factors such as global trade dynamics and demand. E-commerce growth has increased demand for faster delivery options. Trends toward digitalization and automation are emerging, with technologies like artificial intelligence and blockchain enhancing efficiency and visibility. Predictive analytics assist in anticipating demand and optimizing capacity. Conclusion and perspectives. In summary, air freight transport is a complex but crucial part of the global logistics landscape. A grasp of its infrastructure, regulations, sustainability efforts, and market trends offers valuable insights into its operations and future. Stakeholders must adapt to evolving consumer demands and technological advancements, while focusing on sustainability to maintain air freight's vital role in the supply chain. Let us now turn to the introduction to air cargo, an indispensable link in the global transport chain. The evolution of air freight has transformed it from a marginal aspect of logistics into a critical component of modern supply chains. The evolution of air cargo. A long time ago, when we talked about air freight, it was often viewed as a secondary option, primarily reserved for high-value or time-sensitive goods. Traditional modes of transport, such as sea and rail, dominated the logistics landscape, primarily due to their cost-effectiveness for bulk shipments. However, today, it is clear that the transport of goods by air is not only unavoidable but also increasingly essential for businesses aiming to remain competitive in a globalized economy. For instance, consider the rise of e-commerce giants like Amazon and Alibaba. These companies rely heavily on air cargo to ensure rapid delivery of products to consumers around the world. The speed and efficiency of air transport allow them to meet customer expectations for quick shipping, thereby enhancing their market share and customer loyalty. The shift in perspective. This shift in the perception of air cargo requires us to move from a vision that is not very rational at first, where air freight was seen as an expensive and less favorable option, to a much more rational vision that aligns with the development of world transport. Today's logistics professionals recognize that air cargo offers unique advantages, such as speed. Air transport drastically reduces transit times, making it the preferred choice for perishable goods, urgent shipments, and high-value items. For example, fresh produce and pharmaceuticals often need to be delivered quickly to maintain quality and efficacy. Global reach. With the ability to connect remote regions and international markets, air cargo facilitates global trade like never before. Major logistics hubs, such as Hong Kong International Airport and Memphis International Airport, serve as critical nodes in the air cargo network, enabling efficient transfers and connections. Reliability. Airlines and freight forwarders have invested in sophisticated tracking systems and operational protocols, making air cargo one of the most reliable transportation methods. This reliability is crucial for businesses that cannot afford delays, such as those in the automotive or electronics industries, where supply chain disruptions can lead to significant financial losses. The future of air cargo. As we look to the future of air cargo, it becomes increasingly important to understand its role in sustainable transport. Innovations such as eco-friendly aircraft, improved fuel efficiency, and the use of alternative fuels are beginning to reshape the industry. Companies are also exploring the potential of drone delivery systems, which could revolutionize last-mile logistics and further enhance the efficiency of air cargo. In conclusion, air cargo is no longer just an ancillary service. It has become a vital part of the global transport ecosystem. Understanding its complexities, advantages, and future potential is essential for anyone involved in logistics and supply chain management. As we delve deeper into this field, we will uncover the myriad ways in which air freight is shaping the future of global commerce. What does the term air freight mean? Air freight refers to the transport of goods by air, utilizing aircraft to move cargo from one location to another. This mode of transport is distinguished by its speed and flexibility, making it an essential component of the global logistics network. Air freight is particularly vital for businesses that need to ship products quickly, such as e-commerce companies, manufacturers, and industries dealing with perishable goods. Key characteristics of air freight. Air freight is generally employed for high-value products or for very urgent transport. For instance, electronics, pharmaceuticals, and luxury goods often rely on air transport to ensure timely delivery and maintain their market value. The kind of importance that a type of transportation can have in international trade can be in the millions, or even billions of dollars. A delay in the delivery of critical components can halt production lines and lead to substantial financial losses. In addition to the capitalized importance, numbers also matter, and a lot. Large volumes of cargo pass through airports every day, with major international airports like Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport and Hong Kong International Airport, facilitating millions of tons of air freight annually. This is largely due to their significant capacity to handle high-speed cargo and the advanced logistics systems in place to manage these operations efficiently. The role of air freight in supply chains. Air transport is therefore not just a means of transportation. It is also a way of handling freight that considerably improves the flexibility of supply chains. By enabling rapid shipping, businesses can respond more effectively to market demands and changing customer preferences. For example, a fashion retailer can quickly replenish stock in response to trending styles, ensuring they meet consumer demand without significant delays. Compared to other means of transportation, such as road, rail, or sea freight, air freight is the fastest and most reliable for transport across seas and land. It allows for international shipping within days rather than weeks, which is crucial for time-sensitive deliveries. However, it is important to note that the speed of air freight comes at a cost. Air freight is considerably more expensive than other shipping methods due to higher operational costs, including fuel, airport fees, and the cost of specialized handling. Cost considerations and alternatives. While air freight offers unparalleled speed, businesses must weigh the benefits against the costs. For high-value items where speed is essential, the investment in air freight often pays off. Conversely, for bulk shipments of lower-value goods, companies may opt for sea freight, which, despite being slower, offers a more economical solution. In conclusion, air freight plays a pivotal role in the modern supply chain, offering unmatched speed and flexibility for the transport of goods. As global trade continues to expand, understanding the nuances of air freight will be essential for businesses aiming to stay competitive in a fast-paced market. The origin and development of air freight transport began in the 1920s. With the expansion of postal lines, surplus military aircraft from World War I, and the introduction of passenger aircraft, the first air freight services emerged. A landmark event occurred in 1919 when the first scheduled airmail service launched between the UK and the US, setting the stage for a burgeoning air freight industry. For decades, air freight lagged behind maritime and land transport due to higher costs, often viewed as a luxury for urgent or high-value items. However, from the 1960s onwards, It gained popularity as global trade increased and just-in-time inventory systems became essential. The advent of jet aircraft significantly reduced flight times, fostering trust among shippers and receivers. Technological advancements have transformed air cargo transport. The introduction of wide-body jets like the Boeing 747 in 1970 allowed airlines to transport larger cargo volumes over greater distances at lower costs. Innovations in cargo handling, such as automated sorting and advanced tracking, have improved reliability and transparency in air freight services. These advancements have also led to reduced costs and emissions. More fuel-efficient aircraft and optimized flight routes have minimized environmental impacts while maintaining competitive shipping rates. Newer models can be up to 20% more fuel-efficient than older ones, resulting in lower operational costs and prices for consumers. Currently, air freight is booming, fueled by e-commerce growth and global supply chains. Digitalization is revolutionizing logistics, enabling real-time shipment tracking and faster deliveries. Technologies like artificial intelligence, blockchain, and the Internet of Things (IoT) are reshaping transportation and tracking methods. The air freight industry is poised for continued growth. Digital tools promise to streamline operations, reduce delays, and enhance customer satisfaction. Predictive analytics will allow businesses to better forecast demand and adjust air freight capacity, minimizing waste and increasing efficiency. Moreover, the rise of global trade and changing consumer expectations push air freight capabilities further. Rapid delivery has become a norm, particularly for electronics, pharmaceuticals, and perishables, necessitating investments in faster shipping methods. In summary, the evolution of air freight from the 1920s to its current growth highlights its crucial role in the global economy. The future of air freight looks promising with ongoing adaptations and innovations to meet the demands of a fast-paced world. Let us now talk about the infrastructure and operations of air freight transport. Air freight transport is a crucial component of global logistics, enabling the rapid movement of goods across vast distances. The infrastructure supporting air freight involves several key elements, including airports, cargo terminals, and freight carriers, each playing a vital role in ensuring efficient operations. Infrastructure components. Airports. Major airports often have dedicated cargo facilities equipped with advanced technology for handling freight. For instance, airports like Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport and Chicago O'Hare International Airport are not only passenger hubs but also critical nodes for air cargo due to their extensive runways and cargo handling capabilities. These facilities are designed to accommodate large volumes of cargo, featuring specialized loading docks, temperature-controlled storage for perishables, and security checkpoints to ensure safety. Cargo terminals. Cargo terminals serve as the operational heart of air freight transport. They are responsible for sorting, storing, and transferring cargo between different modes of transport. A prime example is the FedEx Express World Hub located in Memphis, Tennessee, which operates a sophisticated sorting system that processes thousands of packages per hour. Efficient cargo handling at these terminals minimizes delays and helps maintain the integrity of sensitive shipments, such as pharmaceuticals and high-value electronics. Freight carriers. Air freight is provided by a variety of carriers, from major international airlines like Lufthansa and Emirates to specialized cargo airlines such as Atlas Air and Cargolux. Each of these carriers offers unique services tailored to various types of cargo, including oversized shipments and time-sensitive deliveries. For example, some airlines offer express services that guarantee delivery within 24 hours, making them ideal for businesses that rely on just-in-time inventory practices. Operations. The operations of air freight transport encompass a range of activities, from booking and packaging to customs clearance and delivery. Booking and documentation. Customers typically begin by booking space with a freight forwarder or directly with an airline. This process involves providing detailed information about the shipment, including weight, dimensions, and destination. Documentation such as the Air Waybill (AWB) is critical for tracking and managing shipments throughout the transport process. Packaging. Effective packaging is essential to protect goods during transit. For instance, fragile items may require custom packaging solutions, while perishables need temperature-controlled containers. Companies often invest in high-quality packaging materials to minimize the risk of damage, especially for high-value products. Customs clearance. Navigating customs regulations is a vital step in air freight operations. Each country has its own rules regarding import and export, which can significantly affect delivery times. Skilled customs brokers are often employed to ensure compliance and facilitate smooth clearance, allowing for timely delivery of goods. Last-mile delivery. Once the cargo arrives at its destination airport, it must be transferred to local distribution channels. This last-mile delivery phase is critical as it involves transporting goods to final destinations, such as retail stores or warehouses. Many freight carriers partner with local logistics companies to ensure that the final leg of the journey is completed efficiently. The infrastructure and operations of air freight transport are integral to the functioning of global trade. With advancements in technology and logistics practices, this sector continues to evolve, offering increasingly efficient and reliable solutions for transporting goods worldwide. As e-commerce grows and demand for rapid delivery increases, the air freight industry will undoubtedly adapt to meet these challenges, ensuring that businesses can. The importance of cargo airports in global trade. Cargo airports are crucial hubs for international trade, enabling the swift movement of goods across borders. Unlike passenger airports, which cater to a mass audience, cargo airports prioritize the volume and variety of products they handle. This focus has led to the establishment of numerous cargo hubs, each contributing to the complex network of international supply chains. Infrastructure, the backbone of air freight. Air freight operations rely on specific infrastructure, including hangars, transit areas, handling systems, and storage spaces. For efficient operations, these components must work seamlessly together. Hangars serve as the first contact point for arriving cargo and must accommodate diverse goods, from perishables needing climate control to oversized machinery. Transit areas facilitate the quick transfer of goods between transport modes, minimizing delays and streamlining operations. Handling systems, such as conveyors and forklifts, are essential for moving cargo efficiently. Advanced systems using robotics and artificial intelligence can reduce transit times significantly. Storage spaces must be optimized for quick access and effective inventory management, with specialized areas for sensitive items, high-value cargo, and hazardous materials. These facilities are vital. Without them, air freight operations would slow down, negatively affecting delivery times and increasing costs. The quest for optimization in freight terminals. Optimization is key to enhancing freight terminal efficiency. This principle applies across all operations. Optimizing sorting systems allows for quicker categorization of cargo, ensuring efficient routing. Automated systems increase speed and accuracy, reducing errors. Improving loading and unloading facilities can enhance turnaround times. Specialized loading docks that accommodate various aircraft types streamline cargo movement. Connected infrastructure, including integration with road and rail networks, ensures timely delivery of goods. Smart logistics systems track cargo in real time, optimizing routes for greater efficiency. Focusing on these areas creates a more fluid air freight system. This effort addresses the challenges of deindustrialization, which has led to a decline in manufacturing jobs and requires agile logistics solutions. Cargo airports are not just logistical facilities. They are dynamic entities that need continuous improvement and innovation to meet modern trade demands. Investing in infrastructure and optimization ensures that air freight remains a vital part of the global economy, capable of adapting to current challenges. Air cargo carriers, key players in global trade. The air cargo sector is dominated by a few major players, including FedEx, UPS, DHL, Emirates Sky Cargo, Cathay Pacific Cargo, and Cargolux. These companies are pivotal in air freight transport and exemplify modern logistics complexity and sophistication. Diverse offerings of air cargo companies. These carriers provide a range of services. Express transport, this includes time-sensitive shipments that require rapid delivery, such as medical supplies and electronics. For example, FedEx's Express service guarantees delivery within 24 hours to most locations worldwide, catering to businesses that rely on just-in-time inventory systems. Courier and appointment deliveries. Many carriers offer tailored delivery services that allow customers to schedule specific delivery times. This is especially beneficial in industries like healthcare, where timing is crucial. UPS offers same-day delivery options for urgent shipments. Contracted logistics. Long-term agreements between air cargo carriers and businesses enable efficient supply chain management. By outsourcing logistics, companies can focus on core operations while relying on experts like DHL to handle transportation and warehousing complexities. International and domestic freight transport. Air cargo companies facilitate both international and domestic shipping, essential in a global economy. For instance, Emirates SkyCargo specializes in transporting temperature-sensitive goods like pharmaceuticals and perishables across continents. Competitive market dynamics. The air cargo market is highly competitive, with companies facing fluctuating demand influenced by peak shopping seasons or global events. These fluctuations can lead to capacity constraints and increased tariffs. Tariffs also fluctuate with supply and demand dynamics. During high-demand periods, prices can surge, while slower periods may see reduced rates to attract business. This requires careful monitoring and adjustment to maintain competitiveness while ensuring profitability. Need for flexibility and efficiency. Efficiency and flexibility are vital in the air cargo field. Companies must respond quickly to changing needs, such as sudden demand spikes due to global events or economic shifts. For example, during the COVID-19 pandemic, many carriers adapted swiftly to meet rising demand for medical supplies and personal protective equipment. Market conditions can change unexpectedly due to geopolitical tensions, fuel prices, and evolving trade regulations. These uncertainties drive air freight companies to adopt agile practices and innovative solutions, including real-time tracking technologies and advanced data analytics to enhance operational efficiency. The air cargo sector is crucial for global trade, marked by its competitive nature and diverse service offerings. Leading companies not only provide essential logistics services, but also continuously innovate to meet the challenges of a fast-paced, ever-evolving industry. Their ability to adapt rapidly to shifting demands and market conditions is key to their success and the overall efficiency of global supply chains. Regulations and safety in air cargo. The air cargo industry is rapidly growing and is responsible for transporting a significant percentage of goods globally. As this sector expands, upholding regulations and safety measures becomes crucial to protect both cargo and public safety. Importance of regulations. Regulations in air cargo serve several essential purposes. Safety assurance. Regulations ensure safe handling and transportation of cargo, including guidelines for packaging, labeling, and handling hazardous materials to prevent accidents during transit. Security measures. Given risks like smuggling and terrorism, strict security regulations are enforced. For instance, the Transportation Security Administration (TSA) in the US implements rigorous screening processes for cargo to mitigate these threats. Standardization. Regulations standardize practices across the industry, facilitating international operations. The International Air Transport Association (ITA) sets guidelines that streamline international shipping processes. Environmental compliance. Regulations promote environmentally responsible practices. For example, the Carbon Offsetting and Reduction Scheme for International Aviation (CORSIA) encourages companies to adopt sustainable practices to stabilize greenhouse gas emissions from international flights. Key regulatory bodies. Several key regulatory bodies oversee the air cargo industry. International Civil Aviation Organization (ICAO), a UN agency that establishes global standards for aviation safety, security, and efficiency. ICAO's Annex 18 addresses the safe transport of dangerous goods by air. Federal Aviation Administration (FAA) in the US, the FAA regulates all aspects of civil aviation, including air cargo operations, ensuring compliance with safety standards and overseeing cargo operator licensing. European Union Aviation Safety Agency ESA responsible for civil aviation safety in Europe. ESA develops regulations affecting air cargo operations in EU member states. Safety protocols. Safety in air cargo involves numerous protocols designed to mitigate transport risks. Cargo screening. Before loading onto an aircraft, cargo undergoes thorough screening to detect prohibited items through X-ray scanning, physical inspections, and advanced detection technologies. Training and certification. Personnel handling cargo must complete rigorous training and certification, focusing on regulations regarding hazardous materials, weight limits, and specific handling procedures. Incident reporting. Air cargo operators must have systems for reporting incidents to document, investigate, and address safety breaches or accidents. Examples of regulatory challenges. The air cargo industry faces several challenges in maintaining compliance. Evolving technologies. Rapid advancements in technology, such as drones and automated systems, often outpace existing regulations, requiring continual adaptation from regulatory bodies. Global variability. Different countries have varying regulations concerning air cargo, complicating international shipping. For instance, acceptable packaging for hazardous materials may differ between nations, necessitating careful coordination among carriers. Pandemic impacts. The COVID-19 pandemic introduced new challenges as air cargo operations adjusted to health regulations while maintaining efficiency, including additional health screenings and changes in cargo handling to minimize virus transmission. The regulations and safety aspect of air cargo encompasses a wide range of practices aimed at ensuring safe and secure transportation of goods. By remaining vigilant and adaptable, the air cargo industry can continue to thrive while prioritizing safety and compliance. Regulatory frameworks in air cargo. International conventions and agreements, such as the Chicago Convention and the Warsaw Agreement, are pivotal tools for regulating air cargo. These frameworks define the responsibilities of air carriers regarding safety, security, and operational efficiency worldwide. Key international agreements. Chicago Convention, 1944, formerly known as the Convention on International Civil Aviation. This agreement established the International Civil Aviation Organization, ICAO. It provides comprehensive guidelines for international civil aviation standards, covering air traffic control, flight safety, and environmental protection. The primary focus is on ensuring that participating countries adhere to agreed-upon safety standards, fostering global cooperation in air travel. Warsaw Agreement, 1929. This agreement regulates liability for international carriage by air, especially concerning passenger and cargo claims. It sets limits on liability for lost, damaged, or delayed goods, crucial for both air carriers and shippers. The Warsaw Agreement has been amended over time, leading to the Montreal Convention in 1999, which modernized many of its provisions. Levels of liability. Due to varying local conditions and capabilities, enforcing uniform safety standards globally is challenging. These agreements establish levels of liability that vary based on reasonable terms of use. For example, under the Warsaw Convention, a carrier's liability for lost or damaged cargo is limited to a specific monetary amount per kilogram. This limitation encourages carriers to maintain insurance and provides a clear framework for compensation in case of incidents. National regulations and variability. Following international standards, individual countries create their own rules concerning air cargo operations. These regulations can differ significantly, impacting various aspects of air freight operations. Customs procedures. Each country has distinct customs regulations, leading to varying clearance times. Some nations may require extensive documentation, potentially delaying shipments if not prepared correctly. Security measures. In response to events like 9/11, many countries adopted stricter security protocols for air cargo. This may include additional screening and inspections, extending delivery times and increasing operational costs. Environmental regulations. Countries may impose different environmental standards for cargo handling and aircraft emissions, leading to additional compliance costs for carriers. Impact on costs and duration. International regulations significantly influence operating expenses and delivery duration due to heightened safety, auditing, and administrative requirements. Operating costs. Compliance with international and national safety standards necessitates investments in advanced technology and training, which can increase operational expenses. For instance, implementing a sophisticated cargo tracking system may require substantial upfront investment. Delay costs, thorough inspections, and adherence to various national regulations often result in transport delays. Customs clearance times, additional security checks, and compliance audits can extend transit times, affecting the overall supply chain. Even minor delays can have a ripple effect, particularly for perishable goods where timing is crucial. While international conventions and agreements provide essential frameworks for regulating air cargo and ensuring safety, national regulations introduce variability that impacts operational efficiency and costs. Understanding these dynamics is critical for businesses involved in international shipping, as they navigate the complexities of air freight logistics. We have implemented several fundamental security measures to ensure the protection of our air cargo. First, the effectiveness of rigorous and systematic inspection of goods cannot be underestimated. Each shipment undergoes a multi-layered inspection process designed to identify any potential risks before they are loaded onto an aircraft. This includes both physical inspections and the use of advanced scanning technologies, such as X-ray machines and explosive detection systems. These technologies allow us to detect not only prohibited items, but also substances that may pose a risk during transport, ensuring the safety of both personnel and aircraft. Nor could we ignore the crucial importance of checking transport documents. We must ensure that everything complies with the regulations in force. This step is vital to maintaining the integrity of the air cargo system. For instance, we meticulously verify airway bills, cargo manifests, and any special permits required for specific types of goods. Ensuring that all documentation is in order not only facilitates smoother operations, but also helps in avoiding legal complications that could arise from non-compliance with international regulations, such as those set forth by the International Air Transport Association (IATA) and the International Civil Aviation Organization (ICAO). Road safety training for staff is also a guarantee of trust, as are the detection technologies we use. Regular training sessions keep our staff updated on the latest regulations and best practices. This training includes defensive driving techniques, recognizing potential hazards during transport, and emergency response protocols. By equipping our team with these essential skills, we enhance the overall safety of the cargo transport process. One aspect that needs to be talked about in particular is the control of dangerous goods. This requires a very strict verification of the documents and a very careful visual inspection of each element to be sure that there is no risk to air cargo. Dangerous goods, which can include flammable materials, toxic substances, or explosive items, necessitate adherence to specific handling and transport regulations. For example, each shipment of hazardous materials must be accompanied by a safety data sheet (SDS) and must be labeled according to internationally recognized standards. Our personnel are trained to identify these goods and understand the protocols for their safe handling, ensuring that no risk is overlooked. Finally, let's discuss the education and qualification of our staff. Having well-educated and qualified staff is fundamental to securing air cargo. This particularly ensures that the procedures in force are followed to the letter and that our vigilance is at its maximum. We invest in ongoing training programs that cover not only regulatory compliance, but also the latest advancements in security technology and risk management strategies. Additionally, we encourage our staff to obtain certifications from recognized bodies, such as the IATA Dangerous Goods Regulations (DGR) certification, which equips them with the necessary knowledge to handle various cargo types safely and effectively. In conclusion, the combination of thorough inspections, stringent document checks, comprehensive training, and specialized staff qualifications creates a robust security framework that protects our air cargo from potential threats. By continuously updating our processes and investing in our people, we remain committed to ensuring the highest levels of security and trust in our operations. Let's look at the various types of freight and their specialization. Freight can be categorized into several distinct types, each serving specific purposes and industries. Understanding these categories is crucial for businesses and logistics professionals as they determine how to transport goods efficiently and cost-effectively. Types of freight. General freight. This is the most common type of freight that includes goods that do not require special handling or storage conditions. Examples include packaged consumer goods, clothing, and electronics. General freight is typically transported via standard shipping containers and is ideal for high-volume shipments. Refrigerated freight, reefer freight. This type of freight requires temperature control to maintain the quality and safety of perishable goods. Common examples include fresh produce, dairy products, and pharmaceuticals. Refrigerated freight is crucial in the food supply chain, especially for items that must be kept at specific temperatures to prevent spoilage. The use of refrigerated trucks and containers ensures that these goods arrive at their destination in optimal condition. Hazardous freight. Hazardous materials, such as chemicals, explosives, or toxic substances, fall into this category. Transporting hazardous freight requires compliance with strict regulations and safety protocols. For instance, companies must use specialized containers and provide training for personnel involved in handling these materials. This type of freight is essential in industries like manufacturing and pharmaceuticals, where safety is paramount. Heavy and oversized freight. This category includes goods that are too large or heavy to be transported using standard freight methods. Examples include machinery, construction equipment, and large industrial components. Transporting heavy and oversized freight often requires specialized vehicles and route planning to navigate obstacles such as low bridges or narrow roads. Additionally, permits are often needed to transport these items legally. Liquid freight. Liquid freight involves the transportation of liquids, such as oil, chemicals, and food-grade liquids like juices and wine. This type of freight often requires specialized tankers or containers designed to prevent leaks and maintain product integrity. For instance, transporting crude oil from drilling sites to refineries necessitates a vast network of pipelines and tankers to ensure safety and efficiency. Bulk freight. Bulk freight refers to unpackaged goods that are transported in large quantities, often in bulk carriers or tankers. Examples include grains, coal, and minerals. The transportation of bulk freight is essential in industries such as agriculture and mining, where the economy of scale can significantly reduce costs. The importance of specialization. The specialization of freight types is vital for several reasons. Efficiency. Specialized freight handling ensures that goods are transported in the most effective manner, reducing transit times and costs. Safety. Proper handling and transportation of hazardous materials or perishable goods minimize risks to both the cargo and public safety. Regulatory compliance. Different types of freight are subject to various regulations. Understanding these regulations helps businesses avoid legal issues and potential fines. The various types of freight, along with their specializations, play a critical role in global trade and logistics. By effectively categorizing and understanding these types, companies can optimize their supply chains and ensure the safe and timely delivery of their products. We will now look at the various types of freight that are transported for transport. Understanding these categories is essential for both shippers and logistics providers, as each type has unique requirements and implications for the supply chain. Conventional freight. First of all, there is conventional freight. This category encompasses general merchandise that is non-perishable and does not require special provisions concerning transport. Examples of conventional freight include items like clothing, electronics, and household goods. This is the most common type of freight, making it a backbone of many logistics operations. In fact, the total of this type of transportation represents about 40% of the company's revenues. This significant figure underscores the importance of conventional freight in the overall business model of transportation companies. Given its volume, conventional freight often benefits from economies of scale, allowing for more efficient logistics solutions and reduced costs per unit. When you add it up, then, it should not be surprising if it is air freight that mainly transports valuable goods. Airlines are often chosen for their speed and efficiency in delivering high-value items quickly, which is increasingly vital in today's fast-paced market. For instance, companies like Amazon and Apple rely on air freight to ensure that their products reach consumers swiftly, enabling them to maintain competitive advantages. Express freight. Following conventional freight, we have express freight. These services are designed for rapid deliveries, typically within a time frame of 24 to 72 hours, making them ideal for urgent shipments. Express freight is mainly reserved for light and small parcels, as the cost associated with expedited shipping can be considerable. Often, these parcels contain high value-added products, such as important documents, medical supplies, or luxury goods. For example, pharmaceutical companies often use express freight to deliver critical medications that may be required immediately at hospitals or clinics. The reliability and speed of express services are crucial in these scenarios, as delays can have significant consequences. Specialized freight. Finally, there is specialized freight, which includes a wide range of products that require unique handling and transport conditions. This type of freight encompasses items such as fashion items, pharmaceuticals, perishable goods, and high-tech goods. Each of these products has its own specific requirements. Fashion items may need to be transported in climate-controlled environments to maintain their quality and avoid damage. Pharmaceuticals often require strict temperature controls and must be tracked meticulously to ensure compliance with health regulations. Perishable goods, such as fruits, vegetables, and dairy products, rely heavily on refrigerated transport to prevent spoilage during transit. High-tech goods like electronics may require special packaging and handling to protect them from shocks and vibrations. These products require tailor-made logistics, which can include everything from specialized packaging materials to dedicated transport routes that minimize transit times and ensure product integrity. Logistics providers in this sector must be highly adaptable and knowledgeable about the specific needs of each type of specialized freight to ensure successful delivery. Understanding the different types of freight is crucial for optimizing transportation strategies and ensuring that all goods reach their destinations safely and efficiently. Each category not only plays a vital role in the logistics ecosystem, but also highlights the complexities and considerations that professionals in the field must navigate daily. There are three types of transport here that require special attention. Pharmaceutical products. The first is the transport of pharmaceutical products. This type of freight imposes extremely controlled temperature and humidity conditions. In fact, many medications need to be stored within a narrow temperature range, often between 2 degrees Celsius and 8 degrees Celsius, during transport to maintain their efficacy. For instance, vaccines, which are particularly sensitive to temperature variations, can easily lose their effectiveness if exposed to temperatures outside this range, leading to significant public health risks. This ensures the integrity of the medications, which is essential for patient safety. We are talking about very strict standards, especially in air freight, where delays or mishandling can have dire consequences. Regulatory bodies such as the FDA, Food and Drug Administration, and EMA, European Medicines Agency, set forth guidelines that dictate every aspect of pharmaceutical logistics, from packaging to transportation and even storage at distribution centers. Technological and electronic products. The transport of technological and electronic products is our next area of intervention. This sector requires us to have enhanced security procedures. Safety first, says the expert. What for? Simply because in electronics, products are often very sensitive to disturbances. For example, high-value items like smartphones, laptops, and servers are susceptible to both physical damage and environmental factors. Delicate components such as circuit boards can be easily damaged by static electricity or physical shocks, which is why specialized packaging and handling procedures are paramount. What is more disruptive for an electronic product than unsafe transport? Beyond physical safety, data security is another critical concern. With the rise of theft and cyber attacks, many logistics companies now employ advanced tracking systems and tamper-proof seals to safeguard these high-value items during transit. Perishable products. Finally, the transport of products that are easy to deteriorate. This type of freight also requires rigorous temperature and humidity control to prevent it from deteriorating. These are food items or flowers, for example, which have a limited lifespan. Fresh produce like fruits and vegetables, for instance, can spoil quickly if not kept at optimal temperatures, often requiring refrigerated trucks or containers. Flowers, on the other hand, are highly susceptible to wilting. Even slight temperature fluctuations can affect their freshness and aesthetic appeal. This is why logistics providers in the perishable sector often utilize advanced technologies like IoT sensors, which continuously monitor and report on environmental conditions throughout the transport process. As you can see, the transport of specialized freight is a highly specialized field, where you really have to know your business and follow very precise standards to guarantee the quality and safety of the products transported. It involves not only understanding the specific requirements of each product type, but also adapting to evolving regulations and employing innovative solutions to meet these challenges effectively. This knowledge and attention to detail are what differentiate successful logistics operations from those that struggle, ultimately influencing the overall satisfaction of customers who rely on these critical supplies. Now let's talk about logistics and supply chain, which are decisive elements in the field of air freight transport. Understanding logistics in air freight. Logistics refers to the detailed coordination of complex operations involving people, facilities, and supplies. In the context of air freight, logistics encompasses everything from the management of cargo at the origin through to its delivery at the destination. This includes inventory management, keeping track of stock levels and ensuring that the right amount of goods is available when needed. For instance, a company must anticipate demand spikes during holiday seasons to avoid delays. Packaging. Proper packaging is crucial for air freight. Goods must be packaged in a way that protects them from damage during transit and complies with airline regulations. For example, fragile items need sturdy packaging, while perishable goods may require temperature-controlled containers. Documentation. Air freight involves a significant amount of paperwork, including air waybills, customs declarations, and insurance documents. Ensuring that all paperwork is in order can prevent delays at customs. The role of supply chain management. Supply chain management, SCM, involves overseeing and optimizing the entire sequence of processes involved in the production and distribution of goods. In air freight, effective SCM is vital for several reasons. Speed and efficiency. Air freight is often chosen for its speed. A well-managed supply chain can ensure that goods are transported quickly from manufacturers to consumers, cutting down on lead times significantly. For example, companies like Amazon rely heavily on efficient supply chain management to offer same-day or next-day delivery. Cost control. While air freight is typically more expensive than other shipping methods, effective supply chain management can help mitigate costs. This might include consolidating shipments to maximize cargo space or negotiating better rates with freight carriers. Risk management. Supply chain disruptions can be costly. Whether due to natural disasters, political instability, or pandemics, having a robust risk management strategy is essential. Companies that diversify their supplier base or maintain safety stock can better navigate unforeseen challenges. Key challenges in air freight logistics and supply chain. Despite its advantages, air freight logistics and supply chain management come with challenges. Capacity constraints. The availability of cargo space on flights can be limited, especially during peak seasons. For example, during the holiday season, airlines may prioritize passenger travel over cargo, leading to potential delays for goods. Regulatory compliance. Different countries have varying regulations concerning the transportation of goods. Ensuring compliance with these regulations can be complex and time-consuming, requiring in-depth knowledge of international shipping laws. Environmental impact. With growing awareness of climate change, the air freight industry faces pressure to reduce its carbon footprint. Companies are exploring more sustainable practices, such as using biofuels or investing in carbon offset programs. Logistics and supply chain management are critical components of air freight transport. Their effective implementation can lead to enhanced efficiency, reduced costs, and improved customer satisfaction. However, businesses must remain vigilant in navigating the challenges inherent to the industry, from capacity constraints to regulatory compliance and environmental concerns. As the landscape continues to evolve, those who innovate and adapt will be best positioned to succeed in the competitive world of air freight transport. Air freight and its integration into the supply chain. Air freight plays a crucial role in modern logistics, and its integration into the supply chain has transformed how businesses operate. By harnessing the advantages of air freight, companies can enhance their supply chain efficiency in multiple ways. This integration helps make the supply chain faster and, most importantly, more flexible. Gaining speed and flexibility is a bit like welcoming the wind to our ship. It propels us forward, allowing for quicker deliveries and a more responsive approach to market demands. Speed and flexibility. Reducing transport times while also minimizing costs is a considerable gain for our efficiency. For instance, companies can leverage air freight to transport high-value or time-sensitive goods, such as electronics or perishable items. The ability to reach international markets in a matter of days instead of weeks can create significant competitive advantages. Furthermore, with the rise of e-commerce, customers increasingly expect rapid fulfillment, making air freight an indispensable part of the supply chain strategy for many businesses. Cost and time optimization. Now let's delve into cost and time optimization, which presents a double challenge. On one hand, we have to reduce expenses. To achieve this, we employ state-of-the-art technologies like advanced analytics and artificial intelligence, which help us optimize routes and manage cargo loads effectively. For example, software solutions can provide real-time data on flight capacities and costs, enabling logistics managers to make informed decisions that minimize expenses. Moreover, negotiating favorable terms with our carriers is essential. Building strong relationships with airlines and freight forwarders can lead to better rates and improved service levels. On the other hand, we need to reduce delays. This is where meticulous planning and enhanced coordination come into play. By streamlining processes and implementing just-in-time inventory systems, we can avoid unnecessary waiting times and delays. For instance, effective communication between stakeholders, suppliers, manufacturers, and logistics providers can ensure that shipments are prepared and dispatched promptly, thereby reducing bottlenecks in the supply chain. Risk and disruption management. Finally, let's talk about risk and disruption management. In an increasingly volatile global environment, identifying and assessing risks is paramount. This involves analyzing potential disruptions, such as natural disasters, geopolitical tensions, or even pandemics that can affect air travel. Establishing comprehensive contingency plans helps organizations prepare for these unforeseen events. For example, companies may diversify their transportation options by incorporating alternative modes of freight, such as ocean or rail, to ensure continuity in case of air freight disruptions. Moreover, relentless monitoring is essential to adapt to potential disruptions. Utilizing technologies like IoT, Internet of Things, and machine learning can provide real-time insights into supply chain operations, allowing businesses to respond quickly to changing conditions. Risk and disruption management, therefore, ensures the resilience of our supply chain against the unexpected, enabling organizations to maintain service levels even in challenging circumstances. The integration of air freight into the supply chain is not just about moving goods quickly. It's about creating a responsive, efficient, and resilient logistics network that can adapt to the dynamic demands of the market. By focusing on speed, cost optimization, and proactive risk management, businesses can navigate the complexities of global trade with greater agility and confidence. We are starting our exploration with courier services and those in the tertiary sector. When we talk about courier services, we immediately think of speed and reliability, two pillars that are crucial in today's fast-paced world. These services are not just about delivering packages, they represent a promise of efficiency, ensuring that small orders reach customers promptly and in excellent condition. For example, major courier companies like FedEx and UPS have built their reputations on their ability to offer next-day delivery and real-time tracking, which reassures customers and businesses alike about the status of their shipments. As far as services in the tertiary sector are concerned, we are witnessing a significant shift towards a more efficient, and therefore more centralized, management of documents and data. This includes everything from digital document management systems to comprehensive data analytics tools that help organizations streamline their operations. For instance, many businesses are now adopting cloud-based solutions that allow for easy access and sharing of information, which not only enhances collaboration but also reduces the risk of data loss. This transition towards centralization is crucial for improving operational efficiency and facilitating better decision-making. Finally, let's examine storage and distribution solutions, which are vital components of the supply chain. Storage systems focus on maximizing space and managing inventory dynamically, ensuring that products are stored in a manner that optimizes accessibility and minimizes costs. Techniques like just-in-time inventory and automated storage and retrieval systems, ASRS, have revolutionized how warehouses operate, allowing companies to respond more swiftly to market demands. On the other hand, distribution systems aim to reduce delivery times and optimize transport costs. This involves sophisticated logistics planning, route optimization software, and even the use of drones or autonomous vehicles in some cases. For example, companies like Amazon have invested heavily in technology to streamline their distribution networks, allowing them to offer same-day or even 2-hour delivery services in select areas. Now let's delve into the role of technology and management programs, which are integral to ensuring the optimization of the supply chain. These programs enhance efficiency primarily through process automation, reducing the need for manual intervention in repetitive tasks. Automation can lead to significant time savings and error reduction, facilitating smoother operations. Their second great virtue is that they improve visibility across all operations. Advanced analytics and real-time tracking capabilities empower businesses to have a clearer understanding of their supply chains, enabling them to identify bottlenecks or inefficiencies quickly. For instance, inventory management software can provide insights into stock levels, helping companies make data-driven decisions about reordering and product distribution. The third notable advantage of this software is its ability to reduce the number of associated costs. By optimizing routes, managing inventory levels effectively, and automating processes, businesses can significantly lower operational expenses. This not only increases profit margins, but also allows companies to offer competitive pricing to their customers, which is essential in today's market. The interplay between courier services, tertiary sector innovations, and advanced storage and distribution solutions, supported by cutting-edge technology and management programs, is reshaping the landscape of logistics and supply chain management. Each component plays a critical role in enhancing efficiency, reliability, and overall customer satisfaction. What is the environment and sustainability in air freight? Air freight plays a crucial role in global trade, enabling the rapid transportation of goods across long distances. However, the environmental impact of this mode of transport has become a significant concern. Understanding the intersection of air freight with environmental issues and sustainability practices is essential for addressing these challenges. Environmental impact of air freight. Air freight, while efficient, is known for its considerable carbon footprint. According to the International Air Transport Association, IATA, air transport accounts for approximately 2% to 3% of global carbon dioxide emissions. The following factors contribute to its environmental impact: fuel consumption and emissions. Aircraft are highly fuel-intensive, and the combustion of aviation fuel releases greenhouse gases, including carbon dioxide, CO2, nitrogen oxides, NOx, and particulate matter. For instance, a Boeing 747 freighter can emit over 90 kilograms of CO2 per kilometer flown, significantly more than other modes of transport like trucks or ships. This stark contrast illustrates why reducing emissions in air freight is crucial for achieving sustainability goals. Noise pollution. Air freight operations contribute to noise pollution, particularly around airports where freight aircraft frequently take off and land. This noise can have detrimental effects on local communities and wildlife. The implementation of stricter noise regulations and the development of quieter aircraft can help mitigate this issue. Resource consumption. The production and maintenance of aircraft require substantial natural resources, including metals and composites, which can lead to habitat destruction and biodiversity loss. Sustainable sourcing of these materials is essential for reducing the overall environmental impact of air freight operations. Sustainability practices in air freight. To combat the environmental challenges associated with air freight, various sustainability practices are being adopted by the industry. Here are a few examples. Fleet modernization. Airlines and freight companies are investing in newer, more fuel-efficient aircraft that consume less fuel and produce fewer emissions. For example, the introduction of the Boeing 787 Dreamliner and the Airbus A350 has significantly improved fuel efficiency compared to older models. These advancements can result in a reduction of emissions by up to 20% or more. Alternative fuels. The exploration and use of sustainable aviation fuels (SAFs) are gaining traction. These biofuels can be produced from renewable sources, such as agricultural waste, and can reduce life cycle emissions by up to 80%. Airlines are increasingly collaborating with fuel producers to incorporate SAFs into their operations. For example, in 2021, a major logistics company completed a successful flight using a blend of conventional jet fuel and SAF, showcasing a promising pathway for the future. Carbon offsetting. Many airlines offer carbon offset programs, allowing customers to invest in projects that compensate for their emissions. These projects can include reforestation, renewable energy initiatives, and methane capture. By participating in such programs, both businesses and individuals can contribute to a reduction in overall carbon emissions. Innovative technologies. Technological advancements, such as improved logistics software and route optimization algorithms, help airlines and freight companies minimize fuel consumption. For instance, using real-time data analytics allows for more efficient flight paths, which can reduce unnecessary fuel burn and emissions. The air freight industry is at a crossroads where the need for efficient logistics must be balanced with environmental considerations. As the global demand for air freight continues to rise, it becomes increasingly important to prioritize sustainability. Air transport is a major source of carbon dioxide emissions, contributing significantly to global climate change. These emissions primarily stem from the burning of fossil fuels, particularly the kerosene used in jet fuel. Airplanes, despite their remarkable engineering advancements, exhibit a relatively poor efficiency in converting energy into motion compared to other modes of transportation. For instance, for every ton transported, planes emit 3 times more CO2 than trucks and 3 times more than trains. This stark contrast highlights the environmental cost of air travel and raises important questions about our reliance on this mode of transportation. As we contemplate the sustainability of air transport, it's crucial to consider our ongoing consumption of kerosene. The aviation industry is a complex ecosystem comprising various aircraft models, airlines, and millions of passengers flying at any given time. The scale of kerosene consumption is staggering. Do we truly grasp the magnitude of fuel needed to sustain such a vast network? Are we aware of the long-term consequences of our consumption habits? Here are some significant figures to illustrate the alarming trend in jet fuel consumption. In 2005, the jet fuel consumption of the world's 12,770 aircraft was approximately 272 million tons. By 2010, this figure rose to 285 million tons, reflecting a growing demand for air travel. In 2014, the IPCC, Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, projected that consumption would reach 320 million tons. By 2019, we had already escalated to 364 million tons, indicating a concerning upward trajectory. In 2020, amidst the challenges posed by the COVID-19 pandemic, we came alarmingly close to 450 million tons of consumption, highlighting our insatiable appetite for air travel. This growth in kerosene consumption has averaged 8 to 10% per year over the past 2 decades, raising significant concerns about our environmental footprint and the sustainability of air transport. Moreover, the impact of air cargo on local communities cannot be overlooked. The noise generated by airplanes taking off and landing can severely disrupt the lives of residents living near airports. Studies have shown that aircraft noise can lead to sleep disturbances, chronic stress, and other health issues among local populations. The incessant roar of engines overhead not only interrupts peaceful nights, but can also lead to long-term psychological effects, diminishing the overall quality of life for those affected. In conclusion, as we navigate the complexities of air transport and its environmental implications, we must critically assess our reliance on kerosene and the accompanying consequences. The figures presented serve as a wake-up call, urging us to consider alternative modes of transportation and explore innovative solutions to mitigate the adverse effects of air travel on both our planet and local communities. The question remains, how do we balance our need for connectivity with the responsibility we hold for the environment and the well-being of those who live near our airports? We have taken several initiatives in this direction, including the adoption of alternative fuels and biofuels to reduce our dependence on fossil fuels. Alternative fuels, such as biodiesel made from vegetable oils or animal fats, and bioethanol derived from fermenting sugars found in crops, are not only renewable but also significantly lower greenhouse gas emissions when compared to traditional fossil fuels. For example, using biofuels can reduce life cycle CO2 emissions by up to 80%, making them an essential component of our sustainability strategy. Furthermore, we are optimizing our routes to reduce our emissions. By utilizing advanced routing software and analytics, we can identify the most efficient paths for our flights, minimizing fuel consumption and consequently greenhouse gas emissions. This approach not only enhances operational efficiency but also contributes to our commitment to environmental stewardship, as even small adjustments in flight paths can lead to substantial reductions in emissions over time. In addition, we have implemented advanced technologies to reduce greenhouse gases. This includes the integration of more fuel-efficient aircraft into our fleet and the adoption of innovative operational practices, such as single-engine taxiing and continuous descent approaches. These technologies and practices ensure that we are continuously pushing the envelope in terms of environmental responsibility. The centerpiece of our sustainability strategy is the circular economy. This concept emphasizes the importance of resource efficiency and the continual reuse of materials to minimize waste. We have therefore set out to establish robust recycling and waste management programs that largely meet this requirement. For instance, we are working on initiatives that recycle packaging materials and repurpose old equipment, ensuring that valuable resources are kept in circulation rather than ending up in landfills. A key point is the use of alternative fuels, such as biofuels and synthetic kerosene. These fuels not only significantly reduce CO2 emissions, but also enhance the sustainability of air freight, making it a more eco-friendly option for global transportation. Synthetic kerosene, produced from renewable sources like carbon captured from the atmosphere and hydrogen from water, represents a breakthrough in sustainable aviation fuel technology. By incorporating these alternatives into our operations, we are making strides towards a more sustainable future for the aviation industry. Ultimately, the carbon offset programs we have in place aim to address the environmental impact of our business even more effectively. These programs include initiatives such as planting trees, which serve as natural carbon sinks, and installing turbines in wind farms, which contribute to renewable energy production. For example, every tree planted can absorb approximately 48 pounds of CO2 per year, making reforestation a powerful tool in our sustainability arsenal. Through these efforts, we help offset the CO2 emissions generated by our operations, including air travel and the transportation of equipment. Our multifaceted approach to sustainability, characterized by the adoption of alternative fuels, route optimization, advanced technologies, and a commitment to the circular economy, positions us as a leader in responsible business practices. By continuously seeking innovative solutions and engaging in meaningful offset programs, we are dedicated to reducing our environmental footprint and fostering a more sustainable future for generations to come. Exploring the air cargo market and economic trends. In this discussion, we will explore the air cargo market and the economic trends that influence it. This sector has experienced significant changes in recent years, driven by factors such as globalization, technological advancements, and shifts in consumer behavior. Understanding the air cargo market. The air cargo market is a vital component of the global supply chain. It involves the transportation of goods and products via aircraft, which can range from small packages to large freight. The market is characterized by several key players, including airlines, freight forwarders, and logistics companies. Key players in the air cargo industry. Airlines, major carriers like FedEx and UPS dominate the market, but many passenger airlines also operate cargo services, utilizing the belly space of their passenger flights. For instance, DHL Express has a significant presence in the air cargo sector, providing dedicated freighter services alongside its express delivery operations. Freight forwarders, companies like Kuehne + Nagel and Expeditors specialize in logistics and supply chain management, acting as intermediaries that arrange the transportation of goods. These companies are essential for businesses looking to navigate complex shipping regulations and routes. Logistics providers, full-service logistics companies, such as XPO Logistics, offer comprehensive solutions that may include warehousing, transportation, and distribution, integrating multiple modes of transport to optimize efficiency. Economic trends influencing air cargo. The air cargo market does not operate in a vacuum. It is heavily influenced by broader economic trends. Here are some key factors to consider. Globalization. The increasing interconnectedness of global markets has led to a surge in demand for air freight. Businesses are now sourcing materials and selling products across borders more than ever. For example, the rise of e-commerce giants like Amazon has accelerated the need for rapid delivery services, driving growth in the air cargo industry. Technological advancements. Innovations in technology have transformed the air cargo landscape. The use of automation and data analytics allows for more efficient tracking and management of shipments. Technologies such as blockchain are being explored to enhance transparency and security in supply chains. For instance, Maersk and IBM have collaborated on a blockchain solution to streamline shipping processes, which could eventually extend to air cargo as well. Shifts in consumer behavior. The expectations of consumers have evolved, particularly with the rise of e-commerce. Customers increasingly demand faster shipping options, leading to a heightened reliance on air transportation for time-sensitive deliveries. The COVID-19 pandemic further accelerated these trends, as many retailers pivoted to online sales, necessitating robust logistics solutions that include air freight. As we delve deeper into the air cargo market and the economic trends shaping it, we will uncover the intricacies of this dynamic industry. Understanding these elements is essential for stakeholders looking to navigate the complexities of modern logistics and capitalize on emerging opportunities. Together, we will analyze current data, case studies, and forecasts to gain a comprehensive view of the air cargo landscape and its future trajectory. The air cargo market has experienced remarkable growth since the globalization of the economy, particularly in the last 20 years. This expansion reflects the significant shifts in trade dynamics and logistics, which have been fueled by advancements in technology, infrastructure, and communication. Air freight, like other means of transport, has been driven by the expansion of international trade, which has seen an exponential increase in the movement of goods across borders. For instance, the rise of e-commerce giants such as Amazon has created an insatiable demand for quick and reliable shipping options, further bolstering the air cargo sector. Demand in this market depends on several interconnected factors. The progress of the world economy and that of international trade are, of course, determinants of demand. For example, periods of economic growth often correlate with increased consumer spending and, consequently, a higher volume of goods being shipped internationally. Conversely, during economic downturns, we may see a contraction in air freight demand as businesses scale back operations. But we have to add elements that play a role within the transportation sector. These include fuel prices, which have been notoriously volatile in recent years. Fluctuating oil prices can significantly impact the cost of air freight, as fuel is one of the largest expenses for airlines. For instance, a sudden spike in oil prices can force airlines to either absorb the costs or pass them on to customers through higher freight charges. Regulations and taxes also play a crucial role in shaping the air cargo landscape. Governments around the world impose various tariffs, taxes, and regulations that can affect the cost and efficiency of air freight operations. For instance, environmental regulations aimed at reducing carbon emissions may require airlines to invest in more sustainable practices or technology, which could lead to increased operational costs. Moreover, competition with other modes of transportation, such as sea freight and trucking, cannot be overlooked. While air cargo offers the advantage of speed, it often comes at a premium price compared to these alternatives. Sea freight, for example, is typically much cheaper for bulk cargo, though it takes significantly longer. This competitive dynamic means that air freight providers must continuously innovate and improve their services to justify their costs. When it comes to competition, the air cargo giants, such as FedEx, UPS, and DHL, intensify the rivalry between them. These companies not only compete on price, but also on service quality, reliability, and delivery speed. Market shares are changing and booming as these giants expand their global networks and capabilities. For instance, the integration of advanced technologies like artificial intelligence and automated sorting systems has allowed major players to enhance their logistics efficiency, giving them a competitive edge. What's more, competition is not always fair, with the rise of some low-cost airlines entering the air cargo market. These carriers often operate with lower overhead costs and can offer competitive pricing, which can pressure established players to reduce their rates. However, the quality of service and reliability may vary significantly with these low-cost operators, leading to potential trade-offs for customers. The challenge for traditional cargo airlines is to maintain their service standards while competing on price, which can often lead to a race to the bottom in terms of profit margins. In conclusion, the air cargo market is a complex and rapidly evolving sector influenced by a multitude of factors. As globalization continues to shape the economy, the demand for air freight services is likely to rise, but so too will the challenges associated with competition and operational costs. The ability of air cargo companies to adapt to these changes will determine their success in this dynamic environment. The impact of globalization on the world economy. Globalization has greatly benefited the world economy, transforming various sectors, especially logistics and trade. Increased demand for air freight. Globalization has surged demand for air freight due to the need for faster delivery times and consumer expectations for immediate access to goods. E-commerce giants like Amazon have changed shopping habits, leading to a critical role for air freight in supply chains, enabling swift access to international markets. Facilitating trade and prosperity. Globalization facilitates trade, bringing prosperity to international markets. Free trade agreements and reduced barriers have opened new opportunities for businesses. For example, the North American Free Trade Agreement, NAFTA, has significantly boosted trade between the US, Canada, and Mexico, demonstrating how such agreements foster economic growth. Boosting economic activity. Globalization has invigorated the world economy. Market integration has enhanced goods flow and encouraged investment, leading to job creation and technological advancements. Emerging markets in Asia exemplify how globalization can uplift economies by providing access to new resources and consumer bases. Transforming trade practices. Globalization has transformed trade practices, improving how goods circulate. Digital platforms and logistics innovations allow for real-time tracking of shipments, enhancing supply chain transparency. This transformation enables businesses to transport shipments more efficiently, reducing delivery times and costs. The evolution of costs and tariffs. Transportation networks' limited capacity directly affects logistics costs. During peak seasons, shipping rates can skyrocket due to high demand and limited cargo space, although seasonal declines occur during off-peak periods. Role of digitalization and automation. Digitalization and automation are crucial in keeping costs down. Technologies such as artificial intelligence optimize route planning, manage inventory, and accurately forecast demand, reducing human error and leading to cost savings. Companies like DHL and FedEx are utilizing drones and automated vehicles for deliveries to lower operational costs. Efficiency through innovation. Digitalization and automation are essential for optimizing processes and increasing efficiency. Smart technology integration allows businesses to quickly adapt to market fluctuations, ensuring competitiveness. Looking to the future, forecasts suggest annual growth of 4 to 5%, driven by advancements in international trade and logistics technologies. As businesses embrace innovation, we can expect further enhancements in supply chain management and global trade networks. Trends toward automation and carbon reduction. There are significant trends toward automation and carbon reduction. The logistics industry is exploring electric vehicles and sustainable packaging solutions to minimize environmental impact. Initiatives aimed at carbon neutrality are becoming essential for attracting eco-conscious consumers. While globalization has benefited the world economy, the future requires balancing efficiency, sustainability, and innovation to align economic growth with planetary well-being. Embracing technology and prioritizing sustainable practices will ensure the global economy continues to thrive. In conclusion, we examined the issues and challenges of air freight transport. The outlook suggests a sector undergoing significant transformation with widespread opportunities. First, we have summarized the positives and negatives of air freight. This means of transport is quickly accessible and reliable, a big plus. For instance, air freight can deliver goods across continents in a matter of hours, which is crucial for businesses that rely on just-in-time inventory management. Companies in industries such as electronics, pharmaceuticals, and fashion benefit significantly from this rapid transit, as it allows them to respond swiftly to market demands and trends. Nevertheless, it is also very expensive and pollutes a lot, a big minus. Air freight costs are typically much higher than those of sea or land transport, making it a less viable option for low-cost goods. Additionally, the environmental impact cannot be overlooked. Air freight accounts for a substantial portion of transportation-related carbon emissions, contributing to global warming and climate change. We then discussed the strategic role of transporting goods by air. This means of transport occupies an essential place in the global logistics chain. It enables businesses to engage in international trade seamlessly, facilitating the movement of goods across borders. For example, air freight plays a vital role in the supply chain for perishable goods, such as fresh produce and seafood, where time is of the essence to maintain quality and freshness. Moreover, it allows companies to send goods to all parts of the national territory, ensuring that even remote areas can receive crucial supplies and products promptly. Ultimately, we have looked at the obstacles and opportunities for the future of air freight. This sector faces challenges, such as changing costs and environmental regulations. Fluctuating fuel prices can significantly impact operating costs for airlines and freight companies, leading to unpredictable pricing for customers. Additionally, stricter environmental regulations are pushing the industry to seek more sustainable practices, which may require substantial investments in research and technology. But it also has trump cards to play. Technological innovations, such as the development of more fuel-efficient aircraft and advancements in logistics software, promise to enhance efficiency and reduce costs. Furthermore, the expansion of global trade, especially in emerging markets, presents a growing demand for air freight services. As e-commerce continues to rise, there is an increasing need for fast shipping options, creating new opportunities for air carriers. Other things to explore in the coming decades include the potential for drone delivery systems and blockchain technology to improve transparency and tracking in air freight logistics. While air freight presents certain challenges, its strategic importance and the potential for innovation position it as a critical component of modern logistics and global trade. Considering recent advances, technological innovation is undoubtedly the engine of air cargo growth. In recent years, we've witnessed a remarkable transformation in the logistics landscape, driven largely by advancements in technology. The integration of the Internet of Things (IoT) and artificial intelligence (AI) is optimizing processes and significantly reducing costs across the board. For instance, IoT devices enable real-time tracking of shipments, ensuring that cargo is monitored at every stage of its journey. This not only enhances transparency but also allows for proactive management of potential disruptions, such as delays or misrouted shipments. Similarly, AI algorithms are being employed to predict demand patterns, optimize routing, and streamline warehouse operations, leading to increased efficiency and reduced operational costs. This technological evolution is absolutely essential for the continued development of the air cargo sector. As we look to the future, the evolution of rules and security will play a very decisive role in shaping the air cargo industry. Regulatory frameworks are expected to become increasingly stringent, implementing more rigorous standards to ensure the safety and efficiency of air travel. For example, enhanced security protocols may require advanced screening technologies and stricter documentation processes. As regulations evolve, air cargo companies must remain vigilant and responsive, adapting to these changes swiftly to maintain compliance and operational integrity. This necessitates a continuous dialogue with regulatory authorities, as well as investment in training programs for staff to equip them with the knowledge needed to navigate this complex landscape. Moreover, air cargo must also adopt sustainable practices and not shirk its social responsibilities. The industry faces mounting pressure to minimize its environmental footprint, particularly in the context of global climate change. Initiatives such as using more fuel-efficient aircraft, optimizing flight paths to reduce carbon emissions, and exploring alternative fuels are vital steps toward achieving sustainability. For example, some companies are investing in biofuels derived from sustainable sources, which can significantly lower greenhouse gas emissions compared to traditional jet fuels. Additionally, embracing a circular economy approach, where waste is minimized and resources are reused, can enhance sustainability efforts. It is a question of balanced growth and respect for the environment. The air cargo sector must strive for innovation and efficiency while also prioritizing ecological stewardship and community engagement. This dual focus not only fosters trust among stakeholders but also positions the industry as a leader in sustainable logistics practices. Ultimately, it is our common future that is at stake, and the choices we make today will determine the legacy we leave for generations to come. In this light, the commitment to sustainable development is not merely an option, but an imperative for the air cargo industry to thrive in a rapidly changing world. Here's everything we had to talk about today about air freight. Air freight plays a crucial role in global trade, allowing for the rapid transport of goods across long distances. It is particularly vital for industries that require quick delivery, such as pharmaceuticals, electronics, and perishable goods. Key topics discussed. Cost factors. We explored the various factors that influence air freight costs, including weight, volume, and distance. It's important to note that while air freight is faster, it can also be significantly more expensive than other shipping methods like sea freight. For example, shipping a standard-sized package via air might cost 3 to 5 times more than using a cargo ship. Types of cargo. The discussion highlighted different types of cargo transported via air freight, such as general cargo. This includes everyday items that are not time-sensitive. Dangerous goods, items like batteries or chemicals that require special handling and documentation. Perishable goods, products like fresh produce and pharmaceuticals that must arrive quickly to maintain their quality. Regulations and documentation. We reviewed essential regulations governing air freight, including customs clearance and the necessary documentation required for international shipping. Understanding the International Air Transport Association (IATA) guidelines is crucial for compliance and efficiency. Air freight forwarders. The role of air freight forwarders was emphasized. These professionals act as intermediaries between shippers and airlines, helping to navigate the complexities of logistics and often securing better rates due to their industry connections. Sustainability in air freight. As the demand for more environmentally friendly practices grows, we discuss the emerging trends aimed at reducing the carbon footprint of air freight. Innovations such as using more fuel-efficient aircraft and exploring alternative fuels are on the rise. For instance, several airlines are investing in sustainable aviation fuel (SAF) to lessen their environmental impact. I thank you all for your precious attention. Your engagement in this discussion is invaluable as we navigate the complexities of air freight together. Understanding these key elements not only enhances our operational efficiency, but also positions us to better meet the demands of our clients in an increasingly competitive market. Let's continue to collaborate and share insights on how we can further optimize our air freight processes moving forward.